In the world of high-end fashion, where luxury and exclusivity meet, a moment in the spotlight can change everything. Kim Jisoo, the global sensation from Blackpink, just delivered a breathtaking appearance that's now dominating every corner of the internet. Her newest visual drop for ELLE Korea x Dior didn't just arrive, it erupted. Fans, fashion editors, and even industry insiders are suddenly scrambling, asking the same question. What exactly happened in this photo shoot that has everyone talking at once? Jisoo enters the timeline like a quiet shockwave. No teaser, no countdown, just a single frame that hits harder than an announcement. Her new ELLE Korea x Dior shoot doesn't simply look beautiful, it feels orchestrated, almost too precise. As if someone pressed play on a strategic shift, we weren't supposed to catch this early. Within the first 5 seconds of the drop, the internet goes chaotic. But beneath all the noise, something else starts forming. A sharp, deliberate undercurrent that makes the photos feel less like content and more like a coded message. And the deeper you look, the more it feels like Dior and Jisoo are sending a signal that's bigger than fashion and bigger than editorial aesthetics. Something that hints at where cultural momentum is about to swing next. Because the moment you focus on that first frame, the entire energy changes. Jisoo isn't posing, she's positioning. Her gaze is gentle but decisive, carrying that quiet force that doesn't shout for attention yet commands every inch of the visual field. It feels like the calm just before a shift in the market, the moment before a brand unveils its real play. And suddenly, the creative direction makes sense. No clutter. No distractions, nothing loud. Just presence. Just intention. Just Jisoo Blackpink becoming the axis of the frame the way only a true brand asset can. You can feel that the images weren't designed just to be admired. They were designed to be interpreted. As the release ripples across the internet, viewers start catching the subtleties that weren't obvious at first. The lighting is soft but surgical. The styling carries Dior's signature quiet power, the kind they use when they want to influence perception without announcing the influence. And Jisoo glides through each look with a calm authority that doesn't rely on theatrics. She doesn't chase the outfit, she completes it. She isn't inside the narrative, she is the narrative. And that's when the real questions begin. Because Dior doesn't build a moment with this kind of precision unless it's part of something much bigger. Between the first and second wave of photos, the global conversation shifts. People stop saying pretty and start saying different. And that difference is exactly where the strategy reveals itself. Jisoo's influence isn't only cultural, it's behavioral. Audiences don't just admire her, they move with her. In luxury branding, that kind of trust is currency. And Dior has always known how to activate currency at peak impact. But this time, it feels intentional at a level we haven't seen before. The trigger moment lands the second ELLE Korea, drops the full sequence. Suddenly, the editorial isn't just a set of images. It's a storyline. The color palette, the framing, the micro-expressions, they're all speaking the same language. A story about identity, value evolution, and a luxury house shaping its next chapter through a muse who understands the camera not as a tool, but as an ally. It's soft power disguised as elegance. As the visuals spread, tension builds. People start asking the questions Dior wants them to ask. Is a campaign coming? Is Oath signaling a shift in creative direction? Is this the start of a repositioning for 2025 luxury trends? Every frame adds to this speculation. And suddenly, fashion stops being fashion. It becomes a live negotiation between audience perception and brand influence. Then, right in the middle, comes that curiosity spike, the moment that breaks the scroll. One particular shot. Jisoo slightly turned, expression unreadable. The light hitting her face with precision that feels almost too intentional. At first glance it's simple, but the simplicity is the trap. It's a tease, a visual pause that whispers, "Look again." And it works. Engagement spikes. Shares jump. People zoom, replay, and interpret. By now the tension feels cinematic. Not chaotic, controlled. It's that kind of anticipation luxury houses dream of, when a single artist can command global conversation by standing still in a frame. And this is where the business layer gets even more fascinating. Because what people see as photos, the industry sees as leverage. Jisoo Blackpink brings something rare: creative fluidity, commercial reliability, and emotional resonance across markets. That combination is the holy grail. Houses don't seek it, they compete for it. This editorial isn't a reset. It's an expansion, a recalibration, a reminder that Dior's brand language thrives in restraint, and Jisoo's star power thrives in subtle intensity. Together, they convert audience familiarity into aspiration, a psychological shift luxury brands spend millions trying to engineer. Here, it happens naturally. As the buzz peaks, the real climax becomes clear. The shoot doesn't just reposition Jisoo, it repositions the viewer. It redefines what they expect from her and from Dior, and from the synergy between the two. The entire collaboration feels tighter, louder in silence, more commanding without trying, almost like a declaration delivered in a whisper. Then everything settles into that quiet, emotional afterglow. The phase where the images stop being today's drop and start becoming personal favorites, where people save the photos, revisit them, reinterpret them, and carry them into the next trend cycle. That's when you know the impact has passed the threshold. It's no longer hype. It's memory. And memory is brand value. And that's the moment when something subtle but powerful begins to happen. The conversation doesn't fade, it matures. People start talking less about the drop itself and more about what it represents. The photos shift from being a trending moment into a reference point. The kind fans use to measure how fashion evolves, how an artist grows, how a brand sharpens its identity. You can almost feel this quiet ripple across communities. This sense that Jisoo didn't just deliver visuals, she delivered direction. And as this direction settles into the audience's imagination, it becomes clear that the emotional afterglow is part of the purpose. Because when a visual sticks long enough, it begins reshaping expectations. For Dior, that's influence. For ELLE Korea, that's authority. For Jisoo Blackpink, that's legacy. And what's fascinating is how effortlessly she moves into that role, never forcing, never chasing attention, just letting presence carry weight in a way only top-tier figures can. It's the kind of power you can't manufacture. It has to exist naturally, and she has it in full. As the hours pass, the audience starts doing the work for her. They analyze lighting, discuss symbolism, compare past editorials, and speculate on what this might signal for future campaigns. The curiosity doesn't drop, it transforms. Instead of the frantic excitement of a fresh release, it becomes something steadier, deeper, an ongoing engagement loop that keeps the moment alive far longer than the initial spike. And that's where Kim Jisoo's influence becomes undeniable. Because the mark of true impact isn't how loud a moment debuts, it's how long it stays relevant after the noise dies down. Slowly, the narrative evolves into a shared understanding. This wasn't a coincidence, it wasn't routine, and it wasn't just another magazine shoot. It was a reset point. A reminder that her presence still has the ability to tilt the cultural landscape without theatrics or heavy marketing. A reminder that elegance, when delivered with intention, can be more disruptive than shock value. And a reminder that sometimes the strongest statement in fashion is the one delivered in silence. By the time the day ends, people aren't just remembering the photos, they're waiting for whatever comes next. Not out of impatience, but out of trust. Because when someone delivers a moment this clean, this calculated, and this emotionally resonant, the next move becomes more than content. It becomes anticipation. Because in the end, this wasn't just an editorial release. It was a demonstration of modern influence, executed with precision, delivered without noise, and absorbed instantly across the global fashion sphere. And Jisoo Blackpink, without saying a single word, reminded everyone why she remains one of the most powerful figures shaping luxury culture today. If you want to stay ahead of the next shift, the next drop, the next reveal, the next moment that turns the internet upside down, make sure you're here, connected, and ready. The story moves fast, and the next chapter always arrives before anyone realizes it's already begun.